Well, Stephen, off to a winning start and a lot of positives to take from it, but maybe, if you're being critical, could have been more goals tonight.
Well, yeah, potentially. We also have to manage the game better. We said at half-time at 3-1 that the first 5-10 minutes of the second half are going to be crucial for us to see the game out. So we didn't start the second half the way we wanted to. Whether that's a staff thing we have to look at and try and emphasise the message even more, maybe break it down for them a little bit more. But from a game we were very comfortable in, suddenly when it goes to 3-2, it's almost a little test of their mettle to see how they can deal with the situation. And I know it's only under 20 football, but for them it's still, that's their career and their job. So I thought they managed the game really well. That was the pleasing aspect. From a game that could have went away from us, or they could have got the equaliser and put us under pressure, I thought we then managed the game better. We changed the shape. We took off Sean and went to a back four. I thought we looked a wee bit more comfortable in the back four. So pleased with the result. Pleased with a lot of individual performances. We've been asking them that, last week was good against Queen's Park, but we almost need to build on it all the time. We need to make better decisions every week, whether it's passing, whether it's defending, whether it's shooting, whether it's crossing. That's the only way they're going to get better, is to continue to improve their decision making. And I thought they'd done that tonight, and we managed the game very well to get back to 4-2. And yes, we're critical. We could have scored more goals, but the fact that we're creating the opportunities, we're getting them behind, we're moving the ball well when we have time. I've got to be pleased for the first league game of the season.
And I guess it's not really about the fact there's more goals. Maybe the goals that were conceded, there's some things that could have been worked on there. I think they were a wee bit cheap, perhaps.
Yeah, they were. The first goal was a little bit sloppy. We'd started the game quite well with 3 or 4 chances, and suddenly you find yourself behind. But again, it's a test of their character, of how they manage it. You can feel sorry for themselves and fall out with each other. No, we went and scored 3 terrific goals. Things were worked on, things we spoke about. We put 4 messages up on the board before we went out, and we asked every department in the team to try and fulfil that role that we had spoke about. And for long parts they did. I thought with great energy, throughout the game. As I say, the second goal was poor to lose just because it was so close just after half time. And then, heads could have been down. Frustration could have kicked in. But all in all, with so many good individual performances, that's the pleasing bit. You want to see them progressing. You want to see them doing well. I've said to them first and foremost, they're an individual within a team environment. So if they all have to get their individual role right first, once they get that right, then they build in the relationship with the guy beside them, then he builds beside them. They then work with the other connection in the team, whether it's midfield and forward. So I felt tonight they all looked after their own game in certain aspects. They helped each other out in certain aspects. I think we deservedly won the game.
And the first goal came against a play really to fall behind like that, but then the boys, like you mentioned, showed that character to come back and lead 3-1 at the break, and for that mentality to be on show in the first game of the season, you must be pleased with that. I
think last week helped us. The fact we've played against Queen's Park and we've played a game of that tempo. I thought they looked a little bit tired towards the end, but speaking to Dave Bowman before, he felt in pre-season they didn't have enough competitive games. A lot of teams were tied up. We were playing against teams and they were winning comfortably. So that extra game for us last week has probably helped us, helped our mentality, helped our strength, helped the fitness more than anything. I thought tonight was an open game at times, it was end to end. So again, we're trying to break down barriers and make sure they're super fit. I spoke to you yesterday, we had a meeting about body weight and about body fat and about diets, because I want them to cover lots of distance in the game. I want them to play a high intensity game where they can go box to box for 90 minutes. So they've got to be in the best physical condition to do that. And that's where then boils down to them looking after themselves as best they possibly can. We've a wee bit of work to do on some people, we know that, but I want them to take part in it. I want them to buy into what we're trying to tell them. We're not telling them to hurt them, we're telling them to make them better. Go and invest in themselves. I thought a lot of them invested in themselves tonight. They really did. They went and backed themselves tonight in 1v1 situations all over the pitch. And you get your reward. We got the reward by 3 points, and I think it was thoroughly deserved.
Yeah. Some of the boys were well familiar with it under 20s level, of course, like David Turnbull, Jordan Armstrong, Adam Livingston towards the tail end of last season as well. But what about some of the boys that have stepped in this season? Dylan King, Liam Brown in the middle of the park. You've been pleased with what you've seen so far?
I have been. Liam's been terrific for us, he really has. You can see that he's played first team football before. He's played, I think, almost 40 games for Queen's Park first team. We're sending boys out on loan to get 40 games at first team level. So Liam's arrived with those games and experience behind him. He needs to work physically on himself. I think he's put on something like 4.5 or 5 kilos since he came in. So we're on the right track. He's buying into what we're telling him. We need him to push himself on to get himself to the next level. So coming in full time will have certainly helped him. Missing out in the first team football with Queen's Park is probably to his detriment. But he has to somewhere find that balance. And I think working with Andy every day, working with ourselves, us pushing him, working on body shape, everything. And I keep mentioning body shape and physicality. It's huge in the game. So they're going to have to get themselves up. There's bigger tests ahead and stronger tests ahead. So he done well. Dylan King's still work in progress. Dylan's been in Oldham for 2 years, and he needs to work on a lot of positional things. His game awareness, his passing ability, his receiving position. So that's work in progress. You know, lots of them are work in progress, but we feel as if there's a shell to work with, and as long as we continue to do that, hopefully we'll continue to improve.
Well, Stephen, a winning start in the Development League. Congratulations and thanks for your time again.
Thanks, boys. See you at home.